This is your First Alert Weather Breakdown, a deep dive into how weather works with meteorologist Evan Thomason.
Hope you're having a great, fantastic, oh man, my voice might be already on vacation here, or not vacation, on the weekend, that is. Matthews, Skycam outside and headed out towards Bossier City. It's looking absolutely fantastic on your drive outside. Blue skies, sunshine. I mean, if you really thought, you might believe that I really copied and pasted this picture from Monday. I mean, it's been nothing but sunshine and not only a lack of rain, but a lack of cloud cover around here throughout the past couple of days. But I will say, we are changing the temperature around. We're changing the humidity a little bit around here for today and also in store for your weekend as well. We're going to turn a little more towards summer here, honestly, heading on into the weekend. And it gets turned on this afternoon. We start out with temperatures in the 50s. And we're rolling on into temperatures in the lower 90s in store for this afternoon. All that and more coming up on First Alert Weather Breakdown. Hope you're having a great day. I'm meteorologist Evan Thomason here. Hoping you have some great weekend plans. Just want to make sure you stay cool, collected, because it's going to be hot and toasty in store. Again, it is really going to feel like summer here for the weekend. It's not going to be the worst, so to speak. We don't have a heat advisory in place. We don't have a excessive heat warning, but it's, again, certainly going to feel like we're almost in the peak of summer once again in October, end of October, so to speak. Things do get better here for next week. Don't you worry. So we do have that on the 7-day forecast for you to look forward to. But at least for today, for the weekend, it's going to be a little toasty. I'm going to have to get through that. Again, hopefully have some weekend plans. I didn't even plan this here today. My social media posts for today. First of all, if you don't follow me, meteorologist Evan Thomas, you can follow me on Facebook and on Twitter, X. It's the two platforms I use the most. If you follow me, my post today was weekend plans. Hope you have some cool ones. Again, plentiful sunshine in for the weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. I didn't even plan this, but I planned going golfing this weekend. That's what I'm planning on doing. But I even planned, and I realized, and I re-looked at the photo that I posted on social media, and I'm wearing my golf socks. No relevance. I didn't even plan that. Quite interesting. Anyways, let's go to the forecast, or let's get into what we're getting into here for your Friday episode. More sunshine. We've been talking about that forecast on for the next several days. It's been, I think this is now day 9 of straight sunshine and no rain. And it continues on, at least it looks like for the next 7 days. Yeah, a whole lot of nothing here for the most part. We'll get into a slight chance of rain actually here for today in just a moment with a local forecast. Because it's Friday, we're also talking about sports again. Looking forward to your local football teams playing this weekend. There's a number of local ArkLaTex teams that are on bye week, so I actually don't have as many forecasts as we normally do, but we still got some to go over. And we'll also have a preview of Monday's episode. Monday in particular, we're going to be talking about climatology. In fact, Monday's episode was brought to you by a viewer question. I actually want to pull this up here real quick. If you have a topic that you want us to discuss today, again, we're talking about sports, which is really cool. If you have a topic that you want us to discuss in particular for any day of this work week, again, we are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, just send it to us, weatherbreakdown@ksla.com. You can also message us on Facebook as well. Let us know your ideas. And Monday's episode at 10:30, that'll be our next episode, is something that stems from a viewer comment. Somebody wanted us to talk about climatology, meaning long-range forecast that goes beyond 7 days. What can I expect for the rest of October heading into Halloween? What can I expect for the rest of fall and heading into winter? Are we hotter or cooler than average that we're expected ahead? Are we getting more rain, or are we back on our drought once again? We'll answer that coming up on Monday. I know I kind of already teased that well in advance here, but yeah, we'll have a preview of that coming up. All right, let's get into the local forecast, shall we? It's been nice. It's been calm. It's been quiet around here. The case stands here for the next several days, just with a little more heat and a little more humidity to bear. Current conditions outside, again, we started out in the 50s, and this was about 2.5. I think the 50s just left us, I think, as of 2 hours ago. They still hanged around through 8 a.m., 8:30. And we're already up to temperatures in the lower 80s in Shreveport and Natchitoches, mid-70s in for Center and Mount Pleasant already. You can tell how rapidly we're warming things up here for today. I want to start out with a different foot, different little perspective than we usually start out these forecasts with, and that is by looking at the tropics actually first. If we continue to have an area of interest over the last several days in the Gulf of Mexico that has a 40% chance of forming. Now, it has a 40% chance of forming in the next 3 to 4 to 5 days. I know the development due date, so to speak, has always been kind of pushed way down the line. That's the case again here for today. Yeah. So a post from one of my fellow meteorologists actually on the coast of New Orleans. I'm going to quote him real quick. He told me, he told all of us on social media that he feels like this area of interest has been around for a month. It almost has, because we've been talking about an area of interest in this exact same location ever since Helene left, which was over a week ago. Mind-boggling. But anyways, it's still there. Still has a 40% chance of forming. And the whole reason that we still have this chance of formation in the Gulf is because over the past week or so, we've had nothing but storms in the Gulf of Mexico. While most of the continental United States has been completely dry, the Gulf has kind of revamped its storms in the Gulf of Mexico. The issue for formation there is a whole lot of disorganization. Nothing looks to be rotating in on itself at all. It's a broad area of circulation that isn't trying to organize itself just yet. Now, I know I've been talking about tropics a lot, but that's the reason for only the 40% chance of formation. Now, back to your local forecast. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because some of this disorganized cluster of storms is trying to move northward into southern Louisiana. If you notice, the southern edge of the ArkLaTex is even catching up on some of that cloud cover, but thankfully, most of that moisture is actually moving northeast into Mississippi, not into the ArkLaTex. We're staying completely dry here across the region here locally, but that might not be the case throughout the rest of today, actually. Let's kind of backtrack, actually, on this future track a little bit, and I'm going to hide myself so you can see this full picture, because we're going to get maybe a spotty shower or two. Look around Natchitoches this evening. We have about a 10% chance of getting a stray shower into Natchitoches. A first rain chance I have talked about in nearly a week. And it's only for Natchitoches. It's only for those little tiny stray showers that'll mainly stay on the eastern half of the state. But potentially, it could roll into the very southeast corner of the ArkLaTex in northwest Louisiana, pretty much only around Natchitoches. As for the rest of the future track, I think you get the picture. It's going to stay completely dry. We'll have most of our cloud cover continue to roll out north and east, keeping us completely cloud-free into Saturday and throughout the rest of your Saturday afternoon into your Sunday, too, in the process as well. So, since we're keeping the sunshine out, we're also getting humidity from the Gulf. Even though most of the wet weather from the Gulf is moving off to our north and east, we're actually still getting a decent amount of humidity back here in the ArkLaTex, helping it to feel like summer, typical summer in the ArkLaTex. So we get the feels like temperatures up into the mid-90s actually here for this afternoon, and that continues on into Saturday as well. Overall, I'm not expecting a cool down until the second half of this 7-day forecast, which we'll look at in a second. But for your weekend, hot, humid, and at least the sun's out. I will say that. It's going to help to support that heat, but no rain to worry about at all for this weekend for both days. Here's a look at that full 7-day forecast, though. 93 here today, highs in the lower 90s over the next 4 days. We do see that cool off back into the mid-80s here for next week. Now, I know we've had lows and some cooler mornings down into the 50s here for this morning and yesterday morning. Looks like our low temperatures do rise themselves here over the next couple mornings. Highs only getting down to the upper 60s here for Saturday and Sunday morning, and then those look to have reached back down into the 50s here heading into the bulk of next work week. I see two last things to talk about. One, obviously no chance of wet weather except for that 10% chance of a shower here for today for Natchitoches. But one underlying thing that the 7-day forecast does not present to us initially is the drop in humidity. We're expecting humidity back with us again here for today and this weekend, but it's going to fall out heading into next week, and it's almost going to be completely gone by Tuesday of next week, and that carries on into most of next work week too. So that will be impressive. and that'll be nice as well to feel. All right, here, that was a look at your local forecast. Do you have any questions? That's what YouTube is for. You can write and type your comments and questions on YouTube. I can see them on the computer to my right and answer to them live on this stream. If you have any questions, that is. And I will answer those coming up in the next couple of segments. But speaking of next couple of segments, after a commercial break, we are going to dive into sports forecasts for the local ArkLaTex teams. I will see you right after the break. You stick around and we'll spike the ball and spike the forecast here for you coming up after this. All right, Hut, it is time for your sports forecast here for the local ArkLaTex teams. We go over both high school football here tonight for Friday night, go over some college games here for tomorrow, and local NFL teams, obviously the Cowboys and Saints, both playing kind of on this weekend. We'll get to that in just a moment. But overall, compared to the previous couple of sports forecasts we've done, I will say this is one of the weirder weeks because of multiple reasons. Mainly because the college and NFL levels, high school is still the same, but for the college level, do have some teams off this week, and a number of them. Grambling is on bye week, LSU on bye week, and LA Tech. All three of those teams are on bye week. I believe NSU and Stephen F. Austin are the only teams that are playing, and they play against each other. We'll look at that forecast coming up. And also, Cowboys and Saints both play in primetime games this weekend as well. The Cowboys play on Sunday night. The Saints play on Monday night. So a little bit of a weird weekend overall. Double check your schedule and see if your team's playing. But the teams that are playing, first of all, high school, that's definitely going on here for tonight, and it's going to be pleasant. 85 degrees at kickoff. I will say it's going to be a little humid, definitely warming up here for tonight, so still on the little toasty side of things. And players probably gonna be working up a little bit of a sweat here to start off the games, but thankfully they get a lot better as the games go along. 73 by the end of regulation, hopefully feeling just a good bit cooler here. Excuse me, as we start to continue on through the game times there for your Friday night. All right. So that is that. Then turning to college level, the only local team playing is Northwestern State, and they're playing against another local rival, Stephen F. Austin. NSU still looking for their first win of the season. SF Austin, I believe, is 4-2. I could be wrong. I haven't looked into it enough. But anyways, for Saturday night, almost similar conditions to tonight. If you kicked off tonight, no chance of any wet weather. They got temperatures starting off a little warm at 82 degrees, but then cooling down to 73 here for tonight. That's a 7 p.m. kickoff over in Nacogdoches. All right, last things to get to are NFL, because, again, all the rest of the college teams are on bye week this week. With some intriguing games next week. I will say LSU plays Ole Miss, I believe, next Saturday. Turning now to the NFL. Again, Cowboys are on Sunday Night Football, taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. And this is why we do these forecasts, honestly. This is determining if weather can be a factor, and it most certainly is for this game. We're looking at rain showers and storms, especially scattered right around kickoff at 77 degrees. And we'll say temperatures will be nice and cooler, but definitely we're definitely going to have to watch out for rain throughout the entire duration of the game. Still a 40% chance of rain here by the scheduled end of regulation here on Sunday Night Football for the Cowboys there. So rain's going to be an impact, especially with an outdoor stadium in Pittsburgh. So it could be an ugly, messy game. And Steven even told me earlier on the morning show when he previewed this, apparently the Cowboys can't run the ball. So that might be a problem. The pass game isn't going to do much in the rain, especially if it's very, very heavy. All right, last game to go over. Saints are at the Chiefs. They're not in the Superdome. They are at Arrowhead in Kansas City with some cooler temperatures there. Got 60s in for that night, but it should be mostly clear, and we should be free of any rain for that night, which will be nice. Again, that's a Monday night football kickoff game for the Saints. Probably go on over that forecast again on Monday, so that'll be great. All right, that was look at your ArkLaTex sports teams all around. Again, just a lot of college teams on bye weeks, and not much for me to go over there, but maybe a little more intriguing here heading into next week. And good luck to all the teams here this weekend, especially NFL. Yeah, it'll be great. My team already won. Falcons last night, Thursday Night Football. I will say, Saints fans, you're welcome for beating the Bucs. So we kind of kept the NFC South a little more in alignment, so to speak. Anyways, done talking about sports for now. We'll recap this episode, and we'll have a preview to next week's episode, specifically Monday's. Coming up after this, and lastly, I will have one last break, or excuse me, one last segment to answer any and all questions you guys have on YouTube as well. Stick around, and I'll be right back one last time. See ya. All right, welcome back to KSLA. First Alert Weather Breakdown. I hope you had a great work week. For those of you who've been with me for most of the work week, thanks again. I can appreciate you guys again for watching all these episodes. We had some cool stuff from interview with Zach on Monday. On Wednesday, we had a cool, fun question about which state to live in with the best weather conditions according to your entire weather team, including myself, here at KSLA News 12. Again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. We have some great content coming in for next week again. We're gonna have a cool, intriguing topic that I like to discuss here on the meteorologist chat with all four of us. This with all four of us: CJ, Matt, Austin, and I. We're going to talk about Hurricane Helene next week. It's left obviously a huge impact to states off to our east, and we're going to kind of give a recap on that, show how it happened, and kind of put our own KSLA news twist on it from us here at the weather team, and kind of show why that did so badly in some areas, show how that evolved, and show what you can do as well to help. There's always room for help, and the easiest way is to donate money. If not, donate some of your time and maybe donate supplies. Anyways, so that's next week. I think that'll be a cool chat to go over. Again, Monday's episode, we're going to take a look at some climatology and long-term forecasts we can look forward to, say, for the next couple weeks, for the next couple months as well, heading into fall, the peak fall, I should say, and winter seasons. That'll be great to hear and great to see. Again, if you have any questions, I don't see anything on YouTube yet comment-wise, but if you have any questions, always feel free to write them down on our YouTube during the show. I won't get them after the show at all. But, yeah, you can also, if you're watching this afterward, send us email, weatherbreakdown@ksla.com. Let me put up that email address here for you. Again, it's weatherbreakdown@ksla.com. You can also message us on Facebook. We air episodes each weekday at 10:30. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And today is Friday. We'll be off for the next 2 days. Enjoying a nice sunny weekend. Just going to find a way to stay cool. I'm going to be outside and probably going to sweat a good bit, but definitely want to make sure you drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. We're going to be put right back into the thick of summer, especially with this humidity returning back again into the ArkLaTex. All right, thanks for watching this entire work week. Thanks for watching today. KSLA News 12, First Wet Weather Breakdown. I'm meteorologist Evan Thomason, and you have a great rest of your day. I cannot say how much, again, thank you. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. We'll see you next week on Monday, 10:30. We'll go over some long-range forecasts then, which is really cool because, again, this was a viewer-submitted question. They wanted us to do this next week, and absolutely. Yeah, we'll do that for you. All right. Thanks very much, and I'll talk to you again later. Have a great weekend.